Hey everyone, I'm Allie. I want to give you just a 15-minute breath class. This can be used in conjunction with your vinyasa practice. It could also be used on its own. So it's up to you. I think it would be a good thing to do before you practice another class. So for this practice, you don't really need any props. You just need a little bit of space when you're laying on the floor, really. I would say like the space of a yoga mat and then about a foot on every side should do the trick. But if you're not practicing with a yoga mat, just make sure you can lay flat on the floor with your arms overhead and no disturbances, okay? If at any point we're doing something during this video that you just think feels really good, you want to keep it up, then just pause and keep doing it. And then hit go when you're ready to move forward with me. The other thing is if something hurts, don't do it, ever. Don't push your body in a way that is like not good for your body, right? Okay. So very simply, I want you to just get started laying down on your back. Feel free to take any position with your legs here. And, you know, it being fairly early on in class, you may need to wiggle around or, you know, sort of adjust accordingly, figure out how you want to do your legs. Maybe it's bottoms of the feet together, knees wide. Maybe you just want your legs straight out. Maybe you want to keep your knees bent and your feet on the floor. That is entirely up to you. I want to leave that up to you. So we're going to keep this really simple. Go ahead and take your arms out to your sides. If you can't reach both arms wide because you don't have enough space, bend your elbows and goalpost your arms. Close your eyes. And while you're laying on the floor and the adjustments you need to make, look for symmetry in your body, right? So that would be heels approximately at the same level, hips at the same level, the two sides of your spine feeling even on the floor, your shoulder blades on the floor, your two arms even on the floor. And before we get started, I want you to just tap in with how you're feeling. Maybe you are ready to move your body, you're feeling antsy or anxious or worried or, you know, anything. That's okay, right? Just notice what's going on. See if you can fill in mentally, physically, and emotionally under each category. Maybe you want to check in with yourself spiritually here as well. And just make sure you're comfortable. When you're ready, start to pay attention to what your breath is doing. See if you can observe without changing anything about your breath. Notice if your breath is really shallow, going in and out of your nose, not really traveling much into your chest or belly. Notice the texture of your breath, if it's feeling rough or smooth, fluid or disjointed, right? And just notice where in the body you feel your breath. Maybe it's just at the nose, maybe you can feel it in your chest. Maybe your breath is really deep, or maybe it's really shallow, right? That's okay. Go ahead and bring your hands, one to your heart, one to your belly. It doesn't matter which one you do. And as you breathe, I want you to notice each of these hands, whether or not they're rising and falling. So we'll start with the hand under your chest. Take an inhale. See if you can inhale for the count of 5. See if you can encourage that hand under your chest to rise with your inhale. And then exhale for the count of 6, allowing that hand to just fall. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 6. Good. And now let's move that hand under our belly next. So as you inhale, again for the count of 5, you'll probably feel your chest rising, but can you also direct your breath to your belly? Exhale for the count of 6. Again. Good. Keep doing that. As you're breathing, feel the breath move into your belly. Inhale for the count of 5. And exhale for the count of 6. We're creating a nice established cadence. Good. One more round on your own. You might begin to notice a little bit of pause that happens at the end of your inhale and also at the end of your exhale. If you're not getting those pauses, it doesn't mean you're not doing it right. Please don't worry about that. Continue this practice and you will start to get the pauses at some point. Go ahead and take your arms wide here. Inhale with your knees pointed up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, go ahead and drop your legs over to one side. Inhale again. Bring your knees back up towards center and exhale, go the other way. Inhale, bring your knees up and exhale, go to the right. Good. Inhale, bring your knees up. Exhale, drop down to the other side. Continue this movement with your breath, but I want you to keep up the cadence of breathing that we've established earlier. So notice if you sped up, and I want you to slow back down so that your movement is dictated by the pace of your breath, not the other way around. Continue to windshield wipe your legs side to side, really paying close attention to the flow of your breath. When you're ready, bring your knees back up towards center. And then go ahead and roll over onto the left side of your body to begin with. You're gonna bring your palms together here. Your knees are stacked as well. With your palms together, I want you to imagine that you're holding onto a little piece of chalk. You're gonna keep your hand connected to the floor. And again, you're moving at the pace of your breath. You're not moving, you're not breathing at the pace of your movement, okay? If you're gonna be more comfortable putting something underneath your head here, please do that. When you're ready, you're gonna connect your fingers to the floor like you're drawing a semicircle with your chalk. As you inhale, you're gonna reach your arm away from your body, continue to create a little semicircle. At a certain point, you're gonna have to turn your hand around so the back of the hand is what's touching the floor. And then as you exhale, you're gonna use your breath to close this down. Good. Use an entire inhale to open up, and an entire exhale to close down. You can do this with your eyes closed if you want. Inhale, open up, Maybe feeling that pause in between the breath. And then exhale, close it down. Good. Move as slowly as you can breathe. Let's inhale, open up, and pause here. Stay for a couple of breaths. If it feels good to you to turn and look over your right hand here, that's great. Continue the cadence of your breath that we established earlier on in our sequence. Take another inhale here. Exhale, close it down. Good. From here, you can press up and roll over onto your other side. I'm actually gonna just turn my body completely over, but you don't have to do that. Same thing, you're gonna lay on your right. You're gonna bring your palms together. With your fingers connected to the floor, inhale, open up. Turn the back of your hand to the floor, arms wide. Exhale, close it down. Again, inhale. And exhale, close it down. Continue like that, a couple rounds on your own. And exhale, close it down. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale, close. Good. Inhale, this time we're gonna hold, open. So arms are wide like a T. You're gonna gaze to your left. Stay here. And just breathe. See if you can feel how the changing position of your body alters the way that your breath moves through your body. Continue like this. Maybe you inhale for the count of 5, exhale for the count of 6. Good. Take one more inhale. Exhale, close it down. From here, once again, press yourself up. And let's move into a tabletop position with our bodies. So your hands are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. We're gonna work through some cat and cow. Once again, I want you to move at the pace of your breath. Don't breathe at the pace that you wanna move. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, round your back. Continue like that. Let your breath be fluid. One more round, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come to neutral with your spine, so not cat or cow. Tuck your toes, spread your fingers out, push the floor away with your hands, and lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Just breathe here for a moment, maybe pedal out your feet nice and slowly. If you need to wiggle or move or bend deeply and straighten a couple of times, that's okay, do that. Settle into your pose. And then come back to that cadence of breath that we established earlier. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 6. As you take your next inhale, rock forward to plank for the count of 5. Use your whole exhale, come back to downward dog. Use your whole inhale, come forward to plank. And exhale back. Again. Exhale back. Good. One more. Exhale, bring it back, downward dog. From here, bend your knees, lower down. Come into child's pose.
Keep your fingertips down, but lift your palms like you're tenting your hands. Here, your arm bones should be strong. Can you feel your breath expanding into the back and the sides of the ribs? Inhale. Exhale. Good. Couple more breaths here. When you're ready, slide your hands back, press up.
And then just roll over onto your back. We're gonna keep our knees bent here. And then take your arms overhead, just make sure you have enough space. We'll lower our hands down by our sides. Make sure you can touch your heels with your fingertips. Palms down. Let's inhale. As you take your inhale, raise your hips up. Raise your arms up overhead. The apex of your bridge should be at the end of your inhale. Exhale, lower down. Move as slowly as you're breathing. Inhale, use the whole length of your inhale to the count of 5 to come to the top of your bridge. Use the whole exhale to lower out. Do 2 more on your own. Last one, inhale, come up. If you want to stay here with your arms overhead, you can. You can work into wheel if that's part of your practice. You're feeling spicy and flexible. Or if you want to, you can bring your arms down by your sides, grab the edges of your mat. If you're not using a mat, interlace your fingers underneath. Good. Take one more breath. Lift up a little higher. And then let's exhale, lower down. When you're ready, just bring the soles of your feet together and your knees wide. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And let your breath just kind of do what it wants here. Notice how you're feeling mentally, physically, emotionally, maybe spiritually. Hopefully things feel a little more quiet to you here. Now, if you want to, you can work your way right into either a seated meditation or Shavasana. Or like I said, you can use this in conjunction with another practice. And to all my students who practice with me regularly, hopefully I'll see you in real life soon. Hopefully you're well. For those of you who don't know me, that's okay. We'll meet one day. Go ahead and fold your palms. Namaste. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. Stay healthy.